y'all get in here. All right, hold on. So today is June 8th. All right, it is Saturn's Day. Um, Currently starting this reading at the hour of the sun. All right, so there's a lot happening where the sun is right now. I was putting all the Sabian symbols together so we can speak about the energies. All right, a lot going on in Gemini. All right, although the moon is in Cancer and we experienced our new moon in Gemini already, we still have Mercury, the sun, Venus, Jupiter there. All right, so I was more so looking at the energies for today. All right, we have Venus in Gemini squared over to Saturn in Pisces. All right, we have Mars that's going to semi-sextile over to Neptune's energy, both at 29 degrees. And then we're going to be seeing Mercury in Gemini quintiled over to Neptune in Pisces. All right, so the moon today is going to quintile Mars. It's going to square over to the North Node. It will trine Saturn and semi-sextile to Venus. All right, so I'm getting more so pertaining to where we're going to see tension with the North Node. It's because it's cardinal energies. All right, where you are meant to initiate right now, moving forward with whatever it is that you are focusing on. All right, there seems to be a little slight tension around that energy, but use it creatively. We do have some quintiles in the energy. All right, trines with Saturn over to Pisces. Saturn and Pisces, so should be good to go. All right, I'm going to go over the Sabian symbols real quick. All right, I'm starting this reading. It's 9:47. Let me just update here where we are. All right, so what I'm looking at is the very first thing for today is going to be the Venus at 19 degrees. All right, that's going to be squared over to Saturn and Pisces at 19 degrees. These two energies in the Sabian symbols, interesting enough, one speaks about a table set for an evening meal, 20 degrees of Pisces, where Saturn is, speaks about discipline, structure, authority, right? Then we have where Venus is in Gemini, a cafeteria. It's like, what is going on with this energy? And like both pictures is of food. All right, so food, it could be seen as abundance. All right, so I'm going to read them out real quick. Pisces at 20 degrees, affirmation of bounteous harvest. At the end of our endeavors, we are nourished by whatever we can harvest from our labors and experiences, and live with an attitude of gratitude. So the soul's sojourn on earth puts it in touch with so many things which are not of its essence. It learns of suffering, of loss, and of disappointment, of frustration, of failure, of sickness, and of death. Yet these darker energies are of the earth, and at the end of the day, the soul returns home and is guaranteed comfort and joy once again. All right, now let's look at the Gemini energy where Venus is. That's squaring over to this, speaking about dangers of superabundance with the cafeteria. It's almost like having a little bit too much. A cafeteria is having a shitload of food, more so with an evening meal, it's just a one meal deal, right? So it says, if we take in more than we can digest, then the wastage that occurs is a potential problem. The supreme importance of applying reasonable limits to our desire nature. It says, since early days, when trade enacting the search for spices to improve our food triggered the exchange of knowledge and ideas equally as much as the exchange of surpluses, humanity has relentlessly expanded its range of foods, things, and ideas to the point where the surpluses are so obscene that nothing much is being properly assimilated. The waste is perhaps even more harmful on the level of the mind than mentality, since the truth is all entirely lost and no discrimination remains between what is actual and wise and what is silly nonsense or lies, and a corrupting influence upon the collective mind. The terrible cost of having failed to moderate our will to expand is an existential, threat and the defining principle of our age. All right, so this is like a modern cafeteria, displaying an abundance of food, products of various regions. When we speak about various regions, when we speak about Sabian symbols, it has a lot to do with like spirituality. So think of it as have an abundance of so many different type of religions that we deal with, right? And how everybody can kind of come together and have an evening meal, all right, pertaining to the knowledge that you have, all right, whatever you believe in. All right, so familiarity, it says to feel and express gratitude is of major importance. And then the other one speaks about supply. Things flow better when everyone plays their part. All right, so that is Saturn in Pisces squared over to Venus and Gemini. Think about Venus and Saturn in Pisces. Saturn in Pisces speaks about loss. All right. So in this book here, it says a feeling of loss, a situation involving hospitals or health clinics, work in the field of complementary therapies, counseling others, and developing interest in the occult. Venus and Gemini's energy, go back, speaks about flattery, a secret love affair, an imagined romance, two lovers at a time, a deceptive courtship, or a constant need for company. So if you need a constant need for company with Venus and Gemini speaking, you need an abundance of food, right? Where there's multiple people involved in what you're doing here, then I feel like the discipline is going to come in more so, where you need to be having an attitude of gratitude when it comes to your bounteous harvest and what you're being given at this time. All right. This could be pertaining to the knowledge as well. Who's here? Good morning. Good morning. All right. So let's see. Let's look at the energy of Jupiter and where it is right now in Gemini. It's at the 4th degree mark, currently at 3 degrees and 10 minutes. All right, so pagan practices of spirituality resonates with very deep race memories and bind us into the source of all knowledge. Primitive roots. All right, it says clarity, explanations, rationality, and reasonableness of ego-centered justifications are the concomitants of civilized society and adult norms of acceptable attitudes. Yet beneath the surface, we long for something we know is lost or forgotten, something more real, closer to nature, mysteries of pagan wisdom. Even though these darker forces hint that something dangerous lurks, we are attracted. So that's kind of giving me like, if you have interest in the occult, obviously, you know, it's something that you don't want to really get into, but you have interest. That's just totally me. Let's see. All right, so Mercury in Gemini at 10 degrees and 47 minutes. We're going to round up to the 11 degree mark. A new path of realism in experience. So adventure. The path to realization is uncharted territory that calls up new behaviors and attitudes in the seeker. Adventurous journey into the unknown. So the very idea of discovery implies meeting new experiences and opportunities. Having found some ability to conquer urges and limitations, we become capable of real creativity, making up whatever we choose, as does an artist within a blank canvas or a writer with a virgin page. All right, so get creative. Maybe you want to start drawing or something today in order to identify who it is that you are. An aware person sets a specific orientation for their day-to-day lives. All right, let's look at the energy of the sun. The sun is currently at 18 degrees and 15 minutes, so we're going to round up to the 19th degree mark. A large archaic volume. It's showing me a huge book opened up here. All right, it says a large archaic volume reveals a traditional wisdom. It says the seeds of wisdom existed. The seeds of wisdom existed before humanity began to interpret knowledge into words and behavior, turning into the archetype of wisdom. We students of the mysteries are just the latest in a long tradition of keepers of the secrets. Esoteric wisdom has been kept alive since the earliest times, when original seed ideas were first brought into form by a process of empirical observation, intuition, and rational thought. Humanity has not been given the blueprint of its universal mind, but has to discover it and attempt to reveal it. The idea here is that The secrets were recorded and kept safe and available for the true seeker to uncover. Whether this record is or is not physical seems secondary. The Akasha may or may not have been represented on papyrus, but it stands stronger either way, and we can find a way to read some of its secrets. All right, so if you're tapping into traditional wisdom, which we would say as those that normally wouldn't want to know about the occults, right? It's kind of giving me you wanting the wisdom of that. All right. It says here, checking into the background, experience and wisdom are more important than events and people. All right. So studying, gaining knowledge right now. All right. And lastly, we have, again, Gemini at 20 degrees with Venus. We already said that because that's what's squaring over to Pisces. All right. Let's see if there's anything else of significance I want to get into. There seems to be a heavy emphasis on this Neptunian energy today. All right. Where we have a semi-sextile over to where Mars in Aries is taking place at 29 degrees. So Mars in Aries, I believe I read this one out for you guys yesterday. A duck pond and its brood, feet on the ground. All right. So it means like, let's get to work. Worldly competence is a spiritual quality. Practicing worldly competence as a spiritual principle. All right, and Zen the monk is taught that chopping wood and carrying water are suitable activities to demonstrate and practice the inherent spirituality of life. We need to pay the rent and feed the kids despite our higher state of conscious or cosmic awareness. It says spiritual insights that cannot be brought into the daily life are not wisdom teachings at all. Okay, and then Pisces at the 30-degree mark, the Great Stone Face. All right, becoming our own ideal. There is no right answer to or best version of anything. We make it all up according to how we feel or think we should. We become whatever we idealize. Instead of ending our journey, we find that what we have become the seed of yet another cycle of experimentation. We idealize many things, love, truth, and God itself, for example. And this is how we become aware of our relationship with archetypes. The essential conundrum with which Plato and Aristotle wrestle without resolution is whether we create the archetypes or the archetypes create us. The exact same puzzle is posed in the Hindu scripture, the Mahabharata. Do we create God or does God create us? This is the mystery of life, and simply put, it is that life is a mystery, a paradox that not within our grasp to understand. Life, God, oneself are all beyond our comprehension, and yet divine curiosity to know more of the eternal paradox is the very motivation that began it all, and it keeps it all going. What we see when we look is nothing more or nothing less than our expectations. All right, and this one speaks about more so using your discernment. So first you imagine, and then you can expect. Okay. What else do we have here? I think I went through it all. All right, we did Jupiter, we did Mars. Let's look a little bit into the North Node where the Moon in Cancer is going to square over to the North Node at, it looks like the 13-degree mark. Yeah. All right, so let's do 14 degrees of, what's this? Aries. Stick with me here, you guys. We're going to go over all this information, and then I'm going to start pulling some cards. Aha. A serpent coiling near a man and a woman. Did the Adam and Eve not come out in my readings this week? We pulled out of the Black Moon Lilith deck. All right, so you guys can run back from the beginning of the week with my collective messages. I believe Adam and Eve came out. All right, and we were speaking about Lilith as well. So Aries at 14 degrees, making relationships sacred. Tuning into the rhythms of natural energy instead of being enslaved by passion and need. Recognition of the sacredness of relationships. We get drawn into relationship by sexual desire and emotional need to learn how to internalize polarity. Rebellious immaturity is only to be dealt with when we master polarity inwardly rather than by seeking another person to make up for our lack of wisdom and emotional poise. Facing relationship and sacredness is the key. So as we were speaking about working within self, you have both masculine and feminine energies, right? So this is about the energy of balance, and that's been coming up a lot. where the North Node is currently at 14 degrees of Aries. All right, then we're looking at the same thing in Libra. Libra of relationships, Aries of the focus of self. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm all out of reading. I can't do it no more. I'm tired. Okay. I'm exhausted. Now, let me reset this real quick. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Whoever's here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so obviously we are in the waxing moon cycle, you guys. So this is an auspicious time for affairs and businesses which are at an expansive stage of development, as well as for new beginnings. All right, we had the new moon in Gemini. Gemini is currently with Mercury, with Venus, all right, the sun, with Jupiter. So all of these planets having a heavy emphasis on this energy right now, where the energy is like waxing for getting us ready for this first quarter moon in Virgo, which speaks about your commitments being tested. All right, the energy gaining momentum on what it is that you set into manifestation with this new moon in Gemini has a lot to do with communication, has a lot to do with short distance traveling, studying, teaching, whatever you want to do. All right, Gemini's energy can be like transportations, if you're buying cars, if you're signing contracts, if you're having meetings, if whatever it is. All right, it's a big deal right now. Once we get to that first quarter moon in Virgo, it's going to have a heavy emphasis on organization, all right, efficiency, analyzing everything, all right, making sure that you're paying attention to all the details, that type of thing. But with the Cancer moon right now, increased emotions, vulnerability, touchiness, you want to be in your comfort zone, all right, you want to touch into your inner child, great. Do some cleaning, all right, step into your divine feminine, don't be dirty, guys, okay? I woke up this morning, I'm like cleaning my room up, dusting everything down, then I went and took a shower, then I got my grapes, all right, so we're reaping abundance around here, okay? And what we're doing. All right, so moving on. Oh, my deck came in, I'm so happy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the B Tarot. I hate bugs, but I saw this deck and it was so pretty, all right? And I was like, I gotta get it. So the cards are really, really nice. Really nice. The deck is so soft and pretty, and the pictures are amazing. It shuffles amazing. All right, so I'm going to use this deck today for our reading. I definitely want to get more so in touch with this Piscean energy today. I feel like this could be a good reading for today's energy, as we have the trine over to Saturn, but we also have the square over to Saturn with Venus, okay? So we're going to get into it, all right? Beautiful book. I mean, this is a new deck for me, so I'm probably going to be using this today. Beautiful colors inside, guys. All right, everything is explained. Major arcanas are all here. It's not too explicit. The only butt cheek I saw was on the star card. Welcome. All right, so let's see. I'm sipping on my chamomile tea this morning. We got a nice breeze outside. Let's get into it. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see. Okay. Aha, the keeper. All right, so having a new beginning. All right. Taking a leap of faith, stepping out into the energy of the unknown. All right. Attracting a path for yourself in which you want to see abundance and where you want to start manifesting something brand new. All right. So let's see. Uranus's energy. Uranus is currently in Taurus. I believe it's at its 27-degree mark, you guys. No, it's not. It's at its 25-degree mark. All right, so let's take a look real quick. a large, well-kept public park. A large, well-kept public park. Working collectively, belonging to a tribe or a community, involving us in working together towards shared goals that we all enjoy. Participation in community responsibilities. A community in harmony will act together to create communal works that allow individuals to enjoy greater levels of abundance and comfort. It is a strong motivation to seek ways to live in peace and put aside fear, competition, and aggressiveness. So those that want to be aggressive, get the out of here. All right, let's see. So we have the Keeper. All right, the Prince of Pentacles. So this in this deck would be the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so slow and steady, getting ahead. All right. You could be on your own path, and everybody may not be, you know, connected to the same type of community that you're connected to. So you're only going to attract those that are part of your tribe, I feel. All right. Those that understand what it is that you're tapping base with. And it's okay if those others don't agree. All right. Step on out of the room. All right. So we have the Empress. All right. So this is your goal here. Beautiful card, right? Gives me a very like ancestral type of feeling with this. Very deep ancestral feeling. So if the goal is the Empress, I want to read the Empress out of this book here. Let's see. All right, so the buzzwords, it says beauty, fertility, creativity. In the Empress, we see the goddess incarnate as the honey queen bee, the matriarch of the hive. The humanoid goddess figure in this card represents every bee goddess known to the ancient and modern world. The spirals that decorate her neck represent the turning cycles of connection that human beings have had not only with bees but with the essence of the divine held within them. In this card, both goddess and queen are in perfect harmony. The blue cornflowers represent fidelity, love, life, and fertility, while the daisies represent childbirth, motherhood, and new beginnings. Okay. On her forehead, she wears the golden bee pendant found at the Minion necropolis at Malia, which shows two bees depositing a drop of honey into a comb. The same pendant can be seen on the Emperor's forehead, intimately connecting the divine feminine and divine masculine energies. This is a card that is overflowing with life and vitality and possibility. Within the hive, the queen bee's primary function is to reproduce her species, laying as much as 1,500 eggs. Wow, that's a lot. A lot. All right, and then it moves on to the energy of the Emperor. So the Emperor has not come out yet, but wow. All right. It says, in a single day, she is able to control the sex of her eggs that she lays, determining if the bees will be female worker bees or male drone bees. She appears significantly larger than the worker bees who care for her health and well-being, and she communicates with them throughout powerful pheromones that she exudes from her body. So it's almost like if I'm your teacher here in this room, right? And I'm giving you all of my energy. Welcome in for those that have been coming in here. All right. My Empress energy over to you is like I'm blowing the fairy dust. It's kind of giving me that, right? Like the golden goddess dust. Beautiful card. All right. So she is the Empress, the sovereign, the matriarch of the hive, and the nerve center that ensures the continuation of her species. She is the anima and the expression of the soul and the perfectly developed feminine principle. This card is rooted in the earth. It is the concentration of the divine feminine principle in the apparent world. The Empress sings of creativity and fertility and is the life force of in perpetual motion. Wow. All right. So obviously it says the situation is pregnant with opportunity and potential. All of your creative ideas are coming therefore, but don't forget to take time to nurture yourself and others. Creation is collaborative. This card can often imply childbirth or metaphorical birthing. All right. So what we're birthing here is creativity in this room. All right. Fertility. Let's move forward. So slow and steady wins the race as you head into your Empress energy here. Stepping into the energy of the unknown. All right. We have the Queen of Wands. Amazing. Amazing. So in the past, this could have been you, right? Pre-Empress status. Very nurturing, caring, loving. Okay. She has this ball of fire in her hand. It's kind of giving me the energy of like passion. Okay. Passion. Magician. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm stepping into all major arcanas from the very beginning of this journey. We have the Keeper here, which is the Fool. The Magician is here, and the Empress is here. All right. So the Magician, you have every tool in order to manifest whatever it is that you desire. You've got the Pentacle, the Sword, the Cup, as well as the Wand. Specifically in this deck, you have a jar, okay? A Pentacle, the Sword, and Wand. The biggest thing on the table is the honey jar in this B deck. Honey is very sticky, so you're attracting exactly what it is that you want. Okay. Here we have the Nine of Wands. All right. Try not to overwork yourself. You could be seen as the wounded warrior, overdoing it at times. Okay. Technically, the Nine of Wands is the energy of the moon in Sagittarius. Moon in Sagittarius says you're a very optimistic type of person, very adventurous, loves to explore, travel. All right. Tap in with spirituality, obviously, ninth house energy, and learn foreign languages. Ace of Jars, see? Opening your heart space up to exuding in all of that honey, right? The Ace of Jars is like full of honey. Okay. Wow. And there's the Emperor. Now, as you attract, all right, through the energies of your divine feminine and masculine energies, look at how the Emperor has all of the bees on his beard. Okay. That's pretty cool. Six of Wands. All right, so you're having a victory. Okay. And there's the High Priestess, the Malice. All right, so we have the Fool here. We see the Magician, the Hierophant. Sorry, the High Priestess. We have the Empress here. We have the Emperor. All right, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hierophant comes out. This deck is pretty cool, you guys. Very cool. And it has a very traditional story to how the bees are associated to different religions. All right. The Two of Wands, planning for the future. All right. This is definitely Mars in Aries at the 29-degree mark where we are currently right now. All right. So these flowers could be of significance here. It's beautiful. It's like finally stepping out of that gate. Notice this person has plans for the future. They want to have lots of abundance. Look at all the beehives back here. All right. Garden full of flowers. The bees look pretty healthy. Okay. That's cool. Let's see overall what the energy is like for this weekend. The World. Successful completions. Love it. Down on the bottom of the deck, the Star. Excuse the booty cheeks. Okay. Beautiful cards. Beautiful. All right. So I'm seeing you get your wish fulfillment. Okay. You get a successful ending. Right under that Star card was the Nine of Jars, which is the Nine of Cups. It speaks about wish fulfillment. All right. There we go. Come on now. There we are. All right. So having lots and lots and lots to give emotionally. Okay. I'm seeing you utilizing all that wisdom and pouring that back out into nature. All right. I see the bees behind supporting. I'm seeing a star, a crescent moon. All right. Current energy. We're in the waxing crescent moon. See it up there in the corner. All right. This is good energy, guys. Great energy. Obviously, the 4 B's are going to be the fixed signs on the world card. All right, so we're looking at Taurus, we're looking at Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Okay. Currently, we have Pluto that is in Aquarius, Pallas that is in Scorpio. The moon is going to ingress into Leo. I believe it is on Monday. Sorry, tomorrow, 3:29 p.m. The moon and ingress into Leo. Okay. And then we have Uranus and Taurus, which I just read you guys out. The Sabian symbol that speaks of a large, well-kept public park and working collectively. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, you guys. Let's get off of that reading. Let's get into some astro here. Anything Spirit wants us to know about any upcoming transit that needs to be a focus of this energy. This is the Astro Oracle. Fifth house, focus on passions. All right, fifth house can be your creative aspects and how you self-express. All right, I'm seeing the divine feminine and masculine energies up there with the 4 and the 3. All right, so that's the Empress and the Emperor, and which came out in the spread. All right, fifth house can mean children as well. Speaks about happiness, your hobbies, get creative, right? Be artistic, that type of thing. Capricorn's energy. Focus on self-care right now. Sirius is in Capricorn. All right, agriculture. Remain nurturing at this time. Stepping into the divine feminine energy is going to be heavy. It's of significance. All right. So Capricorn's energy speaks about your achievements. Okay. It speaks more so about remaining stern on what it is that you want to accomplish. Okay. What do you want to accomplish? All right, so the square. And this is what we were speaking about. There's lots of squares coming up. Lots of them. Okay. It does create tension. But I feel the tension is so that you could continue to move forward. Nothing is meant to be easy, right? So whereas we have the moon in Cancer squaring over to the North Node, cardinal energies. We have Venus squaring over to Saturn in Pisces. More so mutable energies. Tomorrow's energy, we're going to see the Sun in Gemini square over to Saturn as well. All right. And then we're going to also see the moon square Chiron. All right. So in between this mutable and cardinal energy is where we're going to be seeing the tension. Okay. Let me just see here what else is being semi-squares. Slight tension. All right. With the moon in Cancer over to Mercury in Gemini. Same goes with the moon in Leo over to the Sun and Venus on Monday the 10th. Okay. Slight tension. Just a little tension. Just a little challenge. Okay. Just a little challenge. Are you really willing to go after your achievements when it comes to your passion? Is what I feel Spirit is trying to point out here. All right. Jupiter. Focusing more so on your abundance. Let me eat from my grapes again. Reap your abundance, you guys. All right. Jupiter and Gemini is expanding. There's this heavy emphasis on this energy. dangers of superabundance. Like, what? How could that be danger? Ninth house. Jupiter rules the ninth house. There's this heavy emphasis on abundance that's coming through with spirituality this weekend. Okay. So 2 and 3, High Priestess, Empress. 4 and 7, Emperor, Chariot. That's giving me heavy success. Okay. In the way that just came out. I'm seeing the number 10 with Capricorn, obviously rules the 10th house. So the number 10 can be seen as the Wheel of Fortune as well. All right. Jupiter's energy as well. And the 12th house. Interesting. Jupiter rules both. 9th and 12th. All right. Introspection, exploration. It's giving me spirituality in both. Aligning your chakras of importance. Feeling like you want to explore, travel abroad, that type of thing. Okay. Seeing the number 5 on that card as I reduce to 50. So the Hierophant. Okay. You could be teaching, going back to school, being the student, doesn't matter. Just tapping in with those that are in wise counsel. All right, to gain knowledge and wisdom. Second house. Your second house is your resources, your finances. It's kind of giving me more so what you value. Okay. I'm seeing the Apple. All right. So Eve came up in yesterday's reading as well. Don't be afraid to go after what it is that you want. That's what I feel this is saying. If you want to reap abundance, abundance can definitely be financial, but it has a lot to do with what you value. I'm seeing debilitated, discomfort down at the bottom of the deck. 10th house, authority and journey with progression. Vesta, which is the asteroid of spirituality. I feel like don't be afraid to face the discomfort, the authority around your energies pertaining to when you're on your journey with Vesta. All right, because Vesta is more so about sacrifice and devotion. It may feel a little bit uncomfortable, okay? If what you want is to reap abundance, if you want, you know, to express your passions, if this is what you want to achieve, but there's tension pertaining to your abundance and how that's going to come through for you, where 9th and 12th houses speaks heavy on spirituality and the second house is of abundance when it comes to your values, then just work with the energy here is what I feel this is saying, because it may not be comfortable. It may be uncomfortable. All right. It definitely may be uncomfortable. What is it that's stepping in this weekend? Mars into Taurus on the 9th. Yes, today is the 8th. So tomorrow the 9th, Mars moves into Taurus, and then it's going to square over to the moon in Leo. Okay. Where the moon in Leo more so wants to be in the spotlight, wants to shine, right? It could be where Mars is coming in and trying to be a little bit, you know, action oriented. All right. With Uranus being in the same sign, it's almost like fast incoming changes, that type of thing. All right. So try to take it easy, slow pace. Mars will come through and try to push. All right. But changes are definitely on the way. Let's step into the Moonology manifestation deck. Let's see what's coming up with that. Felt Pisces energy. Aries energy. about the eyes. Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. First quarter moon in Sag. All right, so your commitment is being tested right now when it comes to your spirituality. All right. To your beliefs. The philosophical side of yourself. Okay. Scorpio. First quarter moon in Scorpio. Lots of energy gaining momentum in these signs as well. It says release your blocks. Scorpio and Sag. Pisces. Talk less, feel more. Last quarter moon in Pisces. That just happened before the new moon in Gemini. Meditating, contemplating, utilizing the energy of your discernment. Not speaking so much. Obviously, now the energy has shifted with the moon crossing over Gemini. All right, now we want to be more communicative. But the need to feel more. So the 9th house and the 12th house already came out, right? Introspection and exploration. That's Sagittarius and Pisces. Last quarter moon wants you to surrender. Make adjustments. And just trust that everything's going to be aligned in your favor. Full moon in Scorpio. Happened back in, was it April? Or was it the beginning of May? Was in April 23rd. Breathing through the tension. Scorpio's energy more so speaks about tapping deep and diving deep into your emotional feelings, facing fears. All right. Could speak about, you know, positive things coming through for you as well, like inheritances. All right. It's pretty much like Pluto ruled, so it's the death and the rebirth, the energy of transformation. All right, and the last quarter moon in Leo wants you to lighten up a little bit. Take a breather. Maybe you're being too strict on yourself. It wants you to believe in your good luck. All right. Release the blocks that are holding you back. Talk less and start feeling more. Where the energy is more so gaining momentum is saying you need to release what's blocking you emotionally. First quarter moon in Sag is believing your good luck when it comes to what you're passionate about. Sagittarius is fire energy. Last quarter moon in Pisces, more water. All right, we're looking at talking less and feeling more. Heavy on the water here. So I got Cancer as well. Taking a breather. Okay. What else do we need to see here? So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio is here. All water elements. And then we got the full moon in Aries, cooling your emotions. You see what I'm saying? It has a lot to do with your emotional state. Heavy. Releasing the blocks. Breathing through the tension. Talking less and feeling more. Taking a breather. Cooling emotions. Lighten up. Okay? Got two fixed energy here. Two cardinal energies here. Two mutable. Seems pretty balanced to me. More fixed. All right, so releasing control of what things are meant to look like right now. Full moon in Aquarius, be real. So full moon in Aquarius comes up in August. And I feel like August was supposed to be a very auspicious month for us. Okay. Full moon in Aquarius. August. August 19th. It's like right on the borderline of when the sun enters Virgo. It's like show the world the real you. Be real. Get creative, but breathe real. All right, work on your emotions right now, apparently. Okay. Okie doke. Let's see what Black Moon Lilith has today. Black Moon Lilith in Pisces. Honor your boundaries. That's pretty cool. Look, as it shows under the sea. It's really nice. It's giving me the energy of love, right? Pisces is love. It's not like she's pushing this person away, right? The masculine is like, I'm here. Okay? We'll read it out. 1 second. Let me pull one more. Black Moon Lilith in Virgo. Interesting. Opposing energies. Alright, so we'll see that opposing energy on the moon moves into Virgo on the 12th. Interesting. 12th is here. Alright. And then the opposition starts to take place on the 14th. Alright. And that's going to be with the moon in Virgo over to Neptune in Pisces. Actually, the 13th. It takes place with Saturn first. So the 13th and the 14th, which is going to be on Thursday and Friday of next week. Or this upcoming week. Alright. We're looking at Jupiter and Venus's days. Alright, where Jupiter is in Gemini. Alright, so technically, yes, there will be a square there that day as well. Yep, to Mercury. And then we're going to see on the 14th, the moon square over to the sun as well as to Venus. Interesting. Okay. But then when the moon ingresses into Libra, we're then going to see a trine to Jupiter and Gemini. That'll be interesting. All right, let's read these guys out. The Black Moon in Pisces opposing the Black Moon Lilith in Virgo. Currently where the Black Moon Lilith is, it says release perfectionism. Honor your boundaries. Okay. Black Moon Lilith in Pisces, honor your boundaries. Escaping reality can bring pleasure, romance, and joy into your life. When this card appears, it's a reminder to come back down to earth. Illusions can be a powerful creative vehicle, but it can keep you stuck. When your dreams are trapped in the spiritual realm of your mind, it can block them from manifesting as reality. This is also a time when you can let go of deflating patterns of self-sacrifice. No is powerful and will affirm your boundaries. So it's okay to say no if you want to do something. You will lead a more aligned life naturally because you are choosing you. Black Moon Lilith in Pisces is the shadow of fantasy, escape, addiction, and seclusion. The zodiac sign Pisces is a water sign linked with the dynamic and vast ocean. Symbolized by the fish, this is the final sign of the zodiac, also associated with the biblical archetype of Jesus Christ. Pisces represents the unknown, the spiritual realm, and sacrifice. When Black Moon Lilith is in Pisces, there is desire to escape reality or have thin boundaries. Author, actor, and thought leader Russell Brand has this placement. He is open about his difficult past with substance and sexual addiction. One of his books, Recovery, is a manifestation of channeling his shadow into light and creativity to help the collective. Rebellious creativity or using art to change others spiritually can be an empowering and healing outlet for this placement. Dark divine feminine shadow work. Pisces energy is linked to the ocean. Nature is a powerful mystical tool for manifesting abundance. Take a quiet walk on the beach and envision a creative idea. Just being by the ocean's forces will align you to its power. Dark divine masculine shadow work. It can be easy to become addicted to a person, place, or a thing. Remember to ground through being in nature and taking time to meditate on the present moment. So remain present and channel your need for fantasy into creativity. So Saturn and Neptune being in Pisces right now, Neptune is high on having a specific boundary, all right? Whether it is being illusioned when it comes to love and or escaping when it comes to working with addictions, right? And addictions can be toxicity, it can be drugs and alcohol, it can be many different things, right? So honor your boundaries right now. Now with the Black Moon Lilith in Virgo's placement, releasing perfectionism. Let's read it out. The cosmos wants you to know that you are enough. Embrace who you are and don't compare yourself to others. Step into your power and send love to your flaws and accept yourself as you are. When this card appears, the universe is calling for you to release the desire for perfection. If this is your chart, you may have been compared to others or received harsh critiques growing up. It says, Black Moon Lilith in Virgo can place hyper awareness around your physical health, diet, work ethic, and drive for perfection. Virgo is associated with the symbol of the virginal maiden and the chastity of the Virgin Mary archetype. While this definition is rooted in patriarchy, purity, perfection, chastity, and cleanliness are all part of the zodiac sign. As a result of not feeling good enough, those with this birth chart may be overly critical of themselves or others. Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's daughter, has Black Moon Lilith in Virgo in her natal chart, and she has admitted to a history of self-harm and disordered eating. So that can be interesting because Virgo opposing the 12th house. The 12th house can speak about self-inflicting harm. All right, so you can heal this dark feminine shadow by releasing the need to measure up to others. Send love to yourself when mistakes happen. Praise your inner god or goddess with positive affirmations. So I did tell you guys I was going to be utilizing my new deck. It's all completely clear, all right, for affirmations, all right. So maybe I'll do that on my community board, all right. I'll post a few and see if anybody wants to comment and leave affirmations, and I'll put them onto the cards and we'll share them at the end of the readings. All right, so dark divine feminine shadow work. You are enough, especially when you unleash your wisdom and skilled presence into the world. Whether this is your craft, diet, exercise, or work, have faith in what you have to offer. All right, so the dark divine masculine shadow work. You expect perfection. You expect perfection from yourself or others. This can create stained interactions, release the need to nitpick and stress about the details. You are healing the shadow of self-doubt from the inside out. It's time for self-acceptance. All right. So this is going to be the energy coming up this week. All right. With the moon moving into Virgo, opposing the energy of Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. All right. So the opposition can bring up confrontation. All right. Obviously, we've seen disharmony. It's definitely going to feel that way. And Black Moon Lilith is currently in Virgo, and it's sitting there with Juno, which is the asteroid of marriage and commitments, all right, and bonds. So just kind of like work with immutable energies, to stay adaptable, be flexible more so right now, all right, with where these squares and these oppositions are going to be happening, because it's going to cause lots of tension and lots of confrontation. All right, you guys, let's move on. Let's get a crystal on this, and then we can get out of here. crystals are going to be for the collective for the weekend. All right, and everything we spoke about. Lots happening in Gemini, so check your placements. If you have any of the following planets in Gemini and any of your placements in your chart. So we're looking at Venus, Mercury, the Sun, and or Jupiter. We're currently with the moon in Cancer. All right, ingressing into Leo tomorrow, the 9th. Mars is moving into Taurus. All right, there's a heavy emphasis in the middle of the week. All right, with it's going to be Mars squaring over to the moon in Leo. All right, as well as I'm pretty sure Uranus will square over to the moon in Leo as well. Okay. And then we're going to be working with the moon in Virgo in opposition to Pisces, squared over to Saturn and Neptune. Or squared over to Gemini's energy, sorry. So that's going to be Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and the Sun. Wow. A lot going on, you guys. Bronzite, number 13. Loyalty, trust, steadfastness, self-respect, trusting that the conscious universe has your back. All right. Seraphis green quartz, number 50. Life on life terms, exuberant enjoyment of life and acceptance of our place in the world, heaven on earth, and what is meant to be will be. And then we have amber. Healing family patterns, releasing karma, preserving the wisdom gained by the lessons of the past. Number 3. 21. Organization, orderliness, clutter clearing, and list making with Demorderite. It's giving me heavy on Virgo energy right there. Loyalty, trust, and steadfastness, self-respect, trusting that conscious universe has your back. The minute I see loyalty, I think of Leo. All right. And releasing karma, preserving the wisdom and the lessons gained of the past. I don't know why I'm thinking of like Pisces energy, but that's what it's giving me. All right. Life on life terms, exuberant enjoyment of life and acceptance of our place in the world. Heaven on earth, what is meant to be will be. Kind of feeling Virgo with that as well. All right, let's look at number 13. All right, meditation with bronzite can assist in discerning what needs to be released in order for us to heal due to its iron content. It is also a stone of strength, lending support as we allow all that no longer serves to fall away. Okay. All right, so number 50 was Seraphis green quartz. Seraphis green quartz is a type of quartz only found on the island of Seraphis in Greece. It grows in odd shapes, often reminiscent of plant life. This beautiful crystal can be used for healing the physical body, opening the heart, and connecting to nature and all of life. Heavy on the heart chakra with all the green. Okay. It's kind of giving me more of like, no, it looks brownish to me. Like an orangey brown. So orange is the sacral. And then we're seeing amber here. I'm seeing the sacral and the heart. Looks like orange to me. Healing family patterns, number 3. Amber is not a true crystal but fossilized tree sap. Just as this resin is solidified, so too are patterns sometimes passed down by family. Meditation with amber spirit is excellent to help explore these patterns and shed light on those that may no longer serve us. So I don't know if there's this energy of needing to release yourself from those that no longer serve you. All right. Maybe to get your life in order here. Let's look at 21 with Demorderite. Demorderite works to open and clear the third eye and crown chakras. This stone is beneficial to wear or carry on those days when brain fog is an issue and clarity is required. Meditation in Demorderite assists you in connecting to source or the divine while also facilitating psychic awareness. Okay. Oh yeah. And there's carnelian, number 14. 14 is giving me temperance, but I believe carnelian is the stone for Aries. It speaks about increased confidence, poise, dignity, and self-assurance. I'm seeing the Death card, the Empress, the World card, and Temperance, and Hierophant. All right. I love you guys. I'm leaving the reading there.